In example 3, we're going to find some values related to the spread of the data, but rather than look at an actual data set with values, we're going to look at it in terms of a box plot. So the first part of this question, we're going to gather the information needed for the 5-number summary. So remember, the 5-number summary is the minimum. Then we have the first quartile or the lower quartile, which is also considered the 25th percentile. Then we have the median. Then we have Q3, which is the upper quartile or the 75th percentile. And then we have the maximum value. So we can find this information from the box plot. The minimum value is always the end of the whisker on the left. So the minimum value in this case is 2. Then Q1 is the left side of the box. That's your lower quartile. So, or another way to look at it is the 25th percentile. That is 5. The median is the line that comes down through the box. That will be our 50th percentile, or the value that splits the data so that 50% lies below and 50% lies above. That is our value of 6. Then the third quartile, or the 75th percentile, that is the right-hand side of the box. That's our Q3. And looking at the box plot, that is 10 in this case. And then the maximum value is the end of the right whisker, which in this case is 14. So from the box plot, we've collected the information for the 5-number summary. Now we can use that to find the interquartile range. Remember, the interquartile range is the range or the distance of the middle 50%, which is the box. So we're looking at the range. How far is it from one end of the box to the other? So we're going to take Q3 minus Q1, which is 10, minus 5, which is 5. Now the range is the range of the entire data set, so that would be the maximum. So the maximum is here at 14, and the minimum here is at 2. So we're going to take 14 minus 2 and get 12. The next question says, what percentage of values are less than 10? If I look at 10 on my box plot, that's right here. The percentage of values that are less than 10 is going to be 75%, because 25% of the data lies between the min and Q1. Then there's another 25% that lies between Q1 and the median. And then another 25% lies between the median and Q3. So altogether, that makes up 25% here, 25% here, and 25% here for a total of 75%. So we would say 75% of the data is less than 10. We could also add to that and say that means 25% of the data is greater than 10. Now, the last part of this says, assuming there are 50 values in the data set, how many values are less than 6? All right, let me pick out another color. So if I look at 6 on this box plot, that's right here, that's the median. So that means if we're looking at what percentage is less than 6, that would be 50%. And I know if there are 50 values, then 50% of 50 values is 25 values. So I would say because 50% of the data is less than 6, because 6 is the median, and because there are 50 values, then there are 25 values less than 6. Which also means, again, we can add to that because 50% of the data lies below 6. That means 50% of the data lies above 6. So 25 values lie above 6 as well.